guys need to reset the clock there.
I know, it's not quite ready.
The January 21, 2021 Planning and Zoning Commission meeting will come to order. There are agenda items, all of the public hearings that will be heard tonight, for all the public hearings that we heard tonight, on the table outside the double doors. At this time, we will move to the election of officers for this term. Wallace Trembath, the attorney representing this commission, will explain the process. Mr. Trembath?
Thank you, Commissioners. Welcome to your first meeting in 2021. You don't have a chairperson or a vice chairperson. I can move over to you. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Better. Well, welcome to your first meeting of 2021. Because you don't have a chairperson or a vice chairperson, the first order of business would be to elect a substitute presiding officer just for the purposes of the election. Your rules of the Planning and Zoning Commission, Chapter 2, Section 2, allows for a substitute officer when you don't have a chair or a vice chair. And since we don't, that applies, and it only takes a majority vote. So the floor is now open for nominations for a presiding officer for election purposes. Is there anyone who would like to be the presiding officer for the purposes of electing a chair and a vice chair? Nominations from you guys.
I would nominate Fred Feth.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Anyone else? Okay, the nominations are closed. So Fred, you are the, we just need a vote to determine a majority vote if that's acceptable to your commission. All right, looks good. So Fred, you're the presiding officer for purposes of determining an election, and you should have a script to go with from there.
Okay. The floor is now open for nominations for the position of chairman. Any nominations? I would like to nominate Susan Frank,
I'll second that. Be happy to second.
seconded by Commissioner Wingirter. Any other nominations? If not, close the nominations. All those in favor of Susan Frank for chair, signify with thumbs up or down. Motion carried.
So do we change places now?
You will as soon as the other nominations are finished.
Okay, thank you.
I think we switch places.
We can go forward. No, we need to finish the other.
Vice Chair, Mr.
Oh, wait, okay, I'm doing that too. Okay, nominations for vice chair.
I would nominate Fred Feth for vice chair.
A second? Okay. Any further nominations?
I'll second it.
It's already been seconded by Commissioner Davis. Okay. There are no other nominations? Please indicate with your thumbs are up or down. Motion carried.
Thank you, Mr. Feth. I recommend we take a short recess and allow people to move around if they need to. Length of time is up to you guys.
Oh, this is really up there.
Congratulations.
I don't know if congratulations are really what
Feel
you're...
like the mayor?
No, I don't. Thank goodness. So all of this is for the election, okay. So the second item on our agenda is the minutes. Consideration of the minutes from the regular meeting of the Planning and Zoning Commission. Are there any additions or corrections to the minutes of December 17th, 2020 meeting? If not, I would entertain a motion to approve the minutes of the December 17th, 2020 Planning and Zoning Commission.
Madam Chair, I would recommend approval.
Thank you, Commissioner Feth. Second. Thank you, Commissioner Hall. Now, if we would vote for that, thumbs up for yes? Motion passes.
With all commissioners voting aye, the motion passes.
We will move into the public hearings. Our first case this evening is PLN 20-029RZ, which is a plat for creating the Trails West Estate Number 4 Edition, consisting of a vacation and replat of lots 1 through 4, Block 16, Cottonwood Edition. I now declare the public hearing open. Oh, we have to talk to the staff report. I need a staff report.
Thank you, Madam Chair. In October of 2020 and again in December of 2020, the Planning and Zoning Commission considered a replat creating Trails West Estates Number 4 Edition and voted to continue the request in order to allow for the broadening of the application to include additional neighboring properties. The area involved in the plat has been enlarged significantly, and the additional property owners located within 300 feet of the newly configured replat have been re-notified of the changes. The revised replat encompasses 30.59 acres more or less and is creating 18 newly configured residential lots. In that, the property involved currently consists of both R1 residential estate and PUD plan unit development zoning. The application includes a zone change to consolidate all the zoning into R1 residential estate. All proposed lots in the newly configured subdivision are currently undeveloped, with the exception of lots 17 and 18, which both have existing residential structures. All reconfigured lots meet or exceed the minimum 9,000 square foot lot minimum in the R1 zoning district, and all have direct access or frontage on a public street. The primary purpose of the proposed replat is to vacate Indian Scout Drive and reconfigure all lots previously served by Indian Scout Drive so that they have legal access to a public street. Indian Scout Drive is a platted but undeveloped public right-of-way located south of Trevitt Lane. As a result of the replat, the property owners in the area will be relieved of the future obligation to pay for the construction of the street. I would note that there were no public comments received. Also, staff has not provided any recommended conditions of approval, and I would please enter 7 exhibits into the record. A is the replat application. B, vicinity map. C, copy of the plat. D, petition for a zone change. E, legal notice sent to the Star Tribune. F, notice of public hearing sent to property owners within 300 feet. And G, memo to the chairman and members of the Planning and Zoning Commission. That concludes staff's report, and we'd be happy to answer any questions.
I now declare the public hearing open for consideration of case PLN 20-029RZ. The hearing will be conducted in accordance with state statutes, the rules of Planning and Zoning Commission, and other applicable laws. I would ask those individuals who address the commission to approach the lectern, identify yourself, and state your address. Would the person representing the case PLN 20-029RZ come forward and explain the application?
Good evening, Madam Chairman. My name is Thomas Hogan. I'm an attorney here in Casper, and I represent Chuck Pater. He's one of the property owners and one of the applicants in tonight's hearing. As the staff report shows, this is a continuation of a hearing from December. Mr. Keith Tyler is here representing one of the only other property owner in this. We have reached an agreement. Everybody's in accord. There are no objections as far as any of the property owners are concerned, and we would appreciate it if the commission would forward this to the city council for further action. If there are any questions, I'd be happy to entertain them.
Any questions?
Madam Chair?
Yes, Commissioner Wingeter.
Yes, congratulations for reaching an agreement. I know this has been going on for several months now, so,
Thank you, sir.
okay, I just thought I'd tell you. So,
Okay, thank you. Is there anyone in the audience wishing to speak in opposition to case PLN 20-029RZ? There being no others to speak for or against this case, I declare the public hearing closed and advise that the replat and zone changes will be voted on separately. I will entertain, is there anyone on the commission has any comments?
I have a question for the staff.
Okay, Commissioner Wingeter, go ahead.
Okay. Staff, Craig, I was just wondering, I see on the map that you had and I have in front of me, one just goes up to the river. And the other map goes into the river. And so, does this land include parts of the river? You see what I'm trying to ask you here? Yeah, see, it goes partly into the water.
Madam Chair, I think the aerial map that I'm showing right now is accurate with regard to the location of the property lines. They are partially underwater. This zoning map shows the general layout of the river, but not the exact location like the aerial map does. So I'd say use the aerial map as a closer approximation.
So the lots do go into the river.
Correct.
That's all I was wondering. Thank you.
I would entertain a motion to approve and forward to council with the due pass recommendation, deny or table case PLN 20-029RZ regarding the replat. Thank you, Commissioner Davis, I'm sorry. Do we have a second?
I'll second this.
Okay, second by Commissioner Wingeter. All in favor? Opposed?
With all commissioners voting aye, the motion passes.
I will entertain a motion to approve and forward to council with the due pass recommendation, deny or table case PLN 20-029RZ regarding the zoning.
I'll make that motion.
Thank you, Commissioner Wingeter. I'll second. Thank you, Commissioner Feth.
Forgot I held up my thumb.
All in favor? Opposed?
With all commissioners voting aye, the motion passes.
I don't have the agenda in front of me now. I've moved beyond that. Thank you. Thank you for coming. So the council actions, we have our council liaison here.
Yes, we have.
Could you come and tell us what happened with council regarding planning and zoning? Come on down.
Skip one.
I'm going to the council actions.
Good evening, Commissioners. My name is Bruce Nell. I am your liaison to the City Council. My understanding is I am just here to observe and see the things that you do, help answer any questions you may have, also take any direction you have, and supply information to the council before an educated decision is made on their part.
Perfect.
And so I will always remain in the back and be nice and quiet unless you have a question for me.
Well, I appreciate meeting you, so
It's-
thank you.
It's my pleasure, and I appreciate the work you folks do. I know there's a lot of contentious things that you deal with, and I also know that it can be taxing. So your work is certainly appreciated, and it makes it a lot easier for us on the council, knowing that a lot of cooler heads prevailed and before they send something to us. So that's always nice.
Thank you. And the council has approved the replat of the Kensington Heights Addition Number 2 since our last meeting. And that was one that we approved and sent to them for approval. Our special issues item this evening is the selection of liaisons for the Old Yellowstone District Advisory Committee and the Casper Historic Preservation Committee. I believe do we have a staff report?
Madam Chair, not a staff report per se. We're just recommending by minute action that you appoint Fred Feth and Vickery Fales Hall and Michael McIntosh to the Old Yellowstone District Advisory Committee, and appoint Chuck Davis and Susan Frank as liaisons to the Historic Preservation Commission. And that was discussed at our public training session on the 14th.
Thank you. So I would entertain a motion to appoint Fred Feth, Vickery Fales Hall, and Michael McIntosh as liaisons to the Old Yellowstone District Advisory Committee.
You have to make that motion.
Thank you, Commissioner Wingeter. Do we have a second? Second. Thank you, Commissioner Hall. All in favor?
With all commissioners voting aye, the motion passes.
I will entertain a motion to appoint Chuck Davis and Susan Frank as liaisons to the Casper Historic Preservation Commission.
I'll move that.
Thank you, Commissioner Feth.
Make them second.
Thank you, Commissioner Wingeter. All in favor?
With all members voting aye, the motion passes.
Thank you. So, do we have, does the commission have any communications they wish to impart on the commission here? Community Development Director is not with us tonight. We've talked to our council liaison. Thank you. Do we have any OYD? Oh, we also have the Planning Commission training. For your information, this will be on February 24th, which is the Wednesday after our next meeting. So please put that on your calendar. Bring your lunch and enjoy talking about the Generation Casper Comprehensive Plan, which, as this commission has spent a great deal of time working on. So I believe there was not a December meeting for the Old Yellowstone Advisory Committee.
That's correct.
The Historic Preservation Commission, the meetings were attached to the minutes that we had. Did you have anything to report, Terry?
No, other than what's attached to the minutes you already have, but
Okay,
all I want to say, it was an interesting year, and they're fine people, and they really have Casper, old-time Casper at heart that they want to preserve.
thank you.
All I have to say.
Thank you. Well, there being no further business to conduct, the chair would entertain a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I'll take your place and move that.
Thank you, Commissioner Feth. Thank you, Commissioner Wingeter. All in favor?
Aye.
If you're against, you have to stay here by yourself. Okay, thank you.
Short meeting. Thank you all for coming. Appreciate it. So good one to get our feet wet for the new ones.
Yes, definitely.
It isn't always this easy, so.
I regretfully